that like you, 'cause you got that something that I need, that I like, that I need too. Just got that.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Bioshock's here today to bring you a discussion / kind of a rant video, not really much of one, but it's about the character Hyunckel. Now listen, I'm only on episode 14 of Dragon Quest. So this video of itself, just hear me out. Because this is from the perspective of somebody who's not caught up, who's only on episode 14. So, if you're caught up with the series and you're watching this, kind of take it with a grain of salt if a lot of the things I'm saying only pertains to where I'm at currently in the story and not where it is at now. So you don't go hating on it because, like, I don't know obviously what happens. I'm just going on the perspective of what I'm seeing right now as to where I'm at in the series. Hyunckel. When this man is first introduced, this guy, I off the rip, dude, off the rip, I loved Hyunckel. I thought he was so cool. His appearance, his demeanor, his charisma, just his aura this man gave off was so good, so good. And I could definitely tell he was a different cut of the cloth from a lot of these characters within Dragon Quest Dai. Now, when it pertains to that, Dragon Quest Dai's characters, not that complex. For the most part, Dragon Quest Dai is it's a narratively driven story that doesn't focus much on characters. Not saying that's a bad thing, there's a lot of stories just like that. One Piece is like that. It's not really driven by the characters, it's driven by the world, which is what Dragon Quest Dai does. So the characters within Dai are not that complex. Dragon Quest Dai is more straightforward, more simple. It's more of a turn your brain off a little bit to enjoy, which I'm fine with. Okay, Gurren Lagann was like that, and I love Gurren Lagann.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
The original backstory of Hyunckel we learn is like really interesting because it's good. It's not bad. It's great motivation for him to be the way he is with a few aspects I don't agree with. There's a reason why he wants to kill Yvonne because he's in the mindset when he killed Hadlar, it indirectly kills his father because Hadlar is the one who summoned his father, the Dark Knights, the Skeleton Knights. And if Hadlar dies, they die too. Which I understand that perspective. Like, in a way, Yvonne did kill his father, yes. Even though his father was a good person, and he let Yvonne go through because he was tired of Hadlar's crap too, he still indirectly killed his father, even though his father was a pretty decent person. Yvonne even stated, "You seem like a good person." So that's a good motivation to me. It makes sense to why he wants to kill Yvonne, or why he wanted to kill Yvonne and his students, I suppose. That part, like, I can argue that part along with the other part with him being part of the Dark Army, because it really doesn't make sense why he would. When we see later on, he doesn't like Hadlar either. And the only reason, like, he's as strong as he is because the Dark King gave him the armor he has, which is, it's literally Urza armor, but it's fine because it's not an ass pull. It's not an ass pull. That's why it makes sense. I don't know anyone that can beat this guy. Like, that armor is OP. Physical and freaking magic attacks don't work. So what do? Which we see Dai, they aim for his face, that little crevice when he takes the sword off his helmet. But man, now I know a couple episodes from where I'm at, he does face Hadlar, which I'm reacting to. Most definitely. Yes. But like I said, the backstory of Hyunckel is very well thought out, and I think the best part of it is Dai understands. Dai gets him. Dai is not like holding anything against him. He completely gets why he would feel the way he does. And he even states, if anyone had killed Pops, I'd probably hate them too. So he understands, and that's why he can't use his ability. Like, he can't use his full Dragon Crest energy against him. So that makes sense. That makes complete sense why Dai can't really go completely all out on him, because he kind of empathizes with him and he kind of gets it. But I think it happened recently in the episode, man. Up until Pop and Dai use the combined sizzle.
Nope.
Or whatever, the zizzle?
Nope.
Or zapple?
Today, Junior?
The combined zapple, yeah. When they use the combined zapple, up until then I was like, Hyunckel's a great character. He's great. But here's the problem. Here's where I think, personally, where I'm at currently in the story. Hyunckel, his backstory gets, in a way, retconned. And in a way, it makes sense. It'd be fine if it was retconned within inside the own story of itself, and it made sense why it's in the way that it's retconned, but it doesn't make sense though how they do it, and I'll explain why. So he has Mom captured, right? And while he goes to fight Pop and Dai, to lead to a room that obviously Hyunckel didn't know about within his own underground, I guess you could call it, sanctuary, whatever you can call it. But it's a small room that apparently even Hyunckel didn't even know about. And it just so happens this room that she was captive in has the air vent that leads to that room specifically, where there's nothing in that room except a chest. One chest. And within that one chest is just so happens to be the soul shell that has his father's last words. And the true story of what happened to him and how he died. That is such an ass pull. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's just too convenient. Too convenient.
That's convenient.
But I can see kind of the reason why they had to go around this route. But, like I said, it could be executed so much better. The way it was executed is just too convenient, and it just makes no sense. But I can see why they needed this. Because up until this point, even with the combined Zapple, pops and die without Dai's Dragon Crest ability, which I don't even know if that'd be enough to kill him. They weren't beating Hyunckel at all. This guy was busted. He was fodderizing them. You can't, that's just, he was literally turning into Madara. There was no, and turning into Madara this early in the story is a problem. Finding out from the Soul Shell that it wasn't Havon that killed him. He let Havon walk through. That when Havon had killed Hadlar, and his father started to, like, he was seeing himself dying because Hadlar had died. And this is not long. We can assume, just based on, well, I can assume based on theory for where I'm at now, that the moment Hadlar dies, everything else should go with it. Almost instantaneously. It should. But he stops dying. And here comes Hadlar, wobbling down the stairs, informing him, I made a deal with the Dark King to become stronger as long as I go to a hibernation. I'm back. It's good. We're good. I just gotta sleep for a while. But before he goes to sleep, he kills his father for letting Havon go through. There's a lot of problems I have with that. One, in fact, is just the fact that it retcons Hyunckel's story and his motivations. It kind of lessens the value of his father now. And what I mean by that is, we see flashbacks where he grew up with his father. His father looked like a nice person. Really, really honorable man. He was respected by everyone around him. Cool dude. You could say his father died fighting Havon, maybe. Or you could still have the part where, he lets Havon through because he's a good person. You keep it at that. Because it makes his father even more honorable. Because he's like, I know I'm going to die, but this is for the best, and it's best for my son. Instead of having Hadlar wobble down these steps, about to fall asleep, because instantaneously after he's killed, he's like, haha, Dark King, I'm still good, I got sleep, but first, you. And it just kind of devalues what his father had done up until that point. You don't like Hadlar, you don't like most of your other commanders. I don't see why he doesn't stay like a neutral force.
Why?
It would only make more sense to me that's the route he would go, but overall, that's all I wanted to complain about where I'm at right now. Obviously, my opinion changes about it later on the further I go on, which I'm sure it will. I'll make another video kind of retracting this statement. But I just wanted to put this one out here for now. It just seemed like it was lazy writing and really convenient, and I wasn't a big fan of it. Take this with a grain of salt. This is coming from somebody who's only on episode 14. He only knows until that point what happens, so take it easy on a little bit. But overall, I'm done. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Once again, please, no spoilers. Please! Make sure to comment, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day.